So I just want to thank Modupe, Shirley, and the Bernstein Center for supporting my research. And I'm very excited to present my research on founders' entrepreneurial passion and value alignment in the context of young technology ventures. So entrepreneurs have discussed passion as an important precedent for the foundation, growth, and success of ventures. But how entrepreneurial passion affects the cultural foundation of a venture has been less understood, which is important for guiding the development path of a venture. So founders shape initial culture by adopting certain employment relation models and strategies, but they vary in their ability to effectively instill their values in the employees at the firm. And value alignment is important because it can help with coordination, control, aligning goals, and increasing employee effort. So the question I have today is, can founders' entrepreneurial passion, given its empowering, persuasive characteristics, help instill values in the employees as the primary guiding principles for their behaviors? So I'm going to discuss how founders' entrepreneurial passion increase value alignment between founders and employees in the early stage, and the status such as gender of founders matter in this question. For example, can a high level of entrepreneurial passion make up for having lower status to increase value alignment? And also, can perceived charisma of founders serve as a mediator for the relationships? So I collected data on entrepreneurial pitches of founders of technology startups from YouTube for founder events such as TechCrunch Disrupt, Accelerator Applications, and so on, to measure perceived entrepreneurial passion of the founders. So I adopted the survey from Chan Yao and Kotha 2009 on measuring entrepreneurial passion, such as whether the presenters had energetic body movements, rich body language, and varied tone and pitch, and so on. I also asked the degree of perceived passion directly for robustness checks as well. And I also used this data to measure perceived charisma, like whether the presenters had inspiring or visionary ideas when presenting the pitch. I also collected data from Glassdoor on the employee reviews to collect a set of values that venture employees expressed. And I also collected data from Waybank Machine, which is a digital archive of websites, to collect value statements from official websites of ventures from the past, from the founding stage. And I used both of this data to classify cultural values according to the 58 value items created by O'Reilly, Chapman, and Caldwell in 1991. To measure the alignment between founders and employees' values on these items. So just to quickly show you like the examples of the 54 items of values, there are like flexibility, adaptability, stability, decisiveness, and so on. So I'm just going to quickly kind of go through like a few case examples in this presentation. So the first example is a venture with founders with low passion. So it's a marketing intelligence and analytics platform founded in 2010. And founders had the low passion score from the entrepreneurial pitch, rated like 1.75 out of 5. And charisma score was also low at 1.5. And one female and one male co-founders presented the pitch. So I had about like 9 founders' values from the value statements from the company websites, such as being innovative, emphasizing a single culture, and so on. And it turned out from the Glassdoor reviews, I found that only 2 employees were matched in terms of values, which were offering praise for good performance and opportunities for professional growth. And it was out of 35 employee reviews. So it had a very low value alignment. On the other hand, in case 2, which is an online marketplace for auto services founded in 2012, founders had a high passion score from the entrepreneurial pitch, rated 4.25 out of 5, and charisma score was also pretty high at 3.75, and one male founder presented. And there were about like 7 founders' values, such as flexibility, being team-oriented, and so on. And from Glassdoor, I found that employee values it was high value alignment. So 27 reviews matched out of 66 reviews, including being team-oriented, flexibility, and being supportive and being distinctive, different from others. So as a next step, I'm going to be running like a bunch of regression models to test my hypothesis. I'm still in the process of collecting data on the value statements. So once I finish that, I'll run the regression models to validate my hypothesis. So this is it. So thank you for listening to my presentation. And for any questions or suggestions, please feel free to email me at this email address. Thank you.
Hi, Sophie. Very nice presentation, a very interesting paper. It's not really a question, but more comments. I don't know whether you know about this paper written by Song Ma. He's a finance assistant professor at Yale University. I think a little bit similar, but not like I saw like a lot of extensive data collection you did, but I think his paper would also be helpful or complement to your study. Basically, also study like the video, like how entrepreneurs like pitch to the VC investors and then persuade those VC investors, and then using some machine learning techniques to really measure a lot of dimensions for those entrepreneurs. So I'm gonna put it out the link to that paper in the chat function, just in case it would be helpful for your study.
Yeah, that'll be really helpful. Thank you.